Here are the 6 ways producers can generate more income for your agency. First way is they can renew more business for the agency. Now that might seem obvious, but since anywhere from 60 to 80% of your income is probably coming from renewal business, this is an area that you might want to put extra focus on. So many agents are not focusing on this to their detriment. And now with recessions going on and people starting to lose business and the competition from online marketers and online insurers, people are finally starting to remember that, yeah, this is a pretty big piece here. The second thing producers can do is they can set more appointments to indirectly cause more business to happen. The third thing is they can earn more referrals by being great for their clients and then asking their clients to send their friends. Fourth, they can multi-line more clients. Obviously, a huge part of the multi-line industry is to multi-line the clients, to get those other policy coverage lines and to get the client more likely to stay with you for longer time. Hopefully you know that as a rule of thumb, for every line of business you have with a client, they stay with you roughly 7 years. So a 1-line household stays with you about 7 years, a 2-line household stays with you about 14 years, and a 3-line household stays with you about 21 years. So multi-lining, even if the multi-line sale isn't huge, to keep the P&C business and to keep the client is a huge way that producers can generate more income for your agency. Number 5 is for them to solicit more auto and fire business. Now, of course, they could solicit more life and health, but that kind of goes more under multi-lining. But this is where we're talking about them truly making business come in the door that would not have come in otherwise. Them getting the business to come in, going out, getting it, networking, connecting with people, establishing centers of influence, and bringing in P&C business. And the 6th way is to conduct more client reviews. And when you conduct more client reviews, of course, it leads to some of the multi-line sales, which we talked about at number 4, and it involves appointments that we talked about at number 2. But the most important piece is it helps with number 1. It renews more business. So many agents are so focused on the review, and they judge the success of a client review based on whether or not the client bought a policy, when really what they need to be looking at is, did the client stay with them? If the client review gets the client to stay longer with them, that's the bigger win. So when we talk about multi-lining, there's no magic to adding on a life policy that keeps the client with you. I mean, if you just rolled on a bunch of life policies, that you could call that multi-lining, and you'd say, well, but the client still left after 7 years. Wait, it didn't, increase the retention percentage. What happens is when you conduct a client review, you're establishing that rapport and building that goodwill. That's really what gets the client to stay longer, not the specific decision to buy a policy. Yeah, it is a little tough and it's a pain in the butt to move policies from one carrier to another, but overall it's the relationship that's making that impact, not specifically the fact that there's another policy. So let's look at who could be doing these. All of your producers can help renew more business. All of your producers can set more appointments. And so much of this is about just having that proactive mindset as salespeople and understanding what the agency is all about and focusing on helping clients with their big picture needs and knowing that you as a team member might be specifically focused on one role or you might be in a more generic role, but overall that commitment to the greater vision of the agency. All producers can help earn more referrals. And specifically, as far as multi-lining more clients, obviously, appointment setters can impact that indirectly, but directly it's your multi-line salespeople that are going to do that. Everybody can solicit more auto and fire, whether they write it or not. And again, usually it'll be your multi-line salespeople that'll be conducting those additional client reviews. Now, all of these things get done in one simple way. There needs to be a consistent process. So if producers are continuously doing something that's effective, these things are going to happen. Now, in all of these situations, the critical element is to simply have a consistent process Now, in all of these situations, Now, in all these situations, the critical element to make it happen is a consistent process. And so this gets talked about a lot because there's a very simple reason. That's what's needed. If you get processes in place to do these things, it's more likely that these things... Okay. So what's needed to make all of these things happen is a consistent process. With consistent processes, all of these things can be achieved on a regular basis with a minimum amount of effort on the part of the agency owner. And that's, of course, what we're striving for, to get the agency running at a high level without needing the agency owner to be involved in the day-to-day operation. Hope you got a lot out of this video. Just a reminder, if you go to insurancesalesmastery.com, you can sign up with your email, get the most current coaching videos, presentation slides from many of the videos you see, and other free tools to help you and your team members help more people, sell more stuff, and make more money. So again, this is Wade Galt with Insurance Sales Mastery. As always, we look forward to helping you and your team members connect personally, to live powerfully, and sell deeply. Thank you.